I was in the 7th grade, this 11th grader jumped on me and he beat me up. And he had me down on the floor with his hands around my throat, and I knew he had a knife, and he said, if you tell anybody I beat you up, I'm going to beat you up. And so I was scared to death and never told anybody. And just a few years ago, I was playing close to my hometown in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. The place was packed, the autograph line was long, and I'm writing my name as fast as I can, and I looked up, and standing in the autograph line is the guy who beat me up. And I'm thinking, I've been lifting weights, I've been working out, I can mop the floor up with him. But then I look down at my wrist, and I'm wearing a bracelet that says WWJD. And that doesn't mean what would Jeff do as much as I'd like it to. And I'm thinking, Lord, I gotta forgive this guy. So he finally gets up to the end of the autograph line, and he looks at me and he says, hey, you remember me? And I said, oh yeah, I remember you. And he said, dude, I'm sorry. And we talked for a second, and I shook his hand, and I hugged him, and I forgave him, and I felt great about it. And it would have all been fantastic if he'd just kept his mouth shut. He looked at me and said, if I'd have known you were going to be on radio and on TV, I'd have been a lot nicer to you. So I started wondering, if the most famous guy in history were born and alive right now in our time, how would we treat him? 1, 2, 3.
We didn't know for sure, but everybody said that old boy ain't right in the head, he's a little slow. So we'd hide in the bushes, not making a sound. When he'd walk by, we'd push him down on that dirt road. I was just as guilty as my friends. We had a lot of laughs at his expense. He wasn't like us, he wasn't cool. He just smiled even while we were being cruel. He stood out, he didn't fit in, but we kept throwing the stones. No, we didn't let up on him. He never said a mean word, no, he never even made a fuss. He wasn't like us. Later on, he made a name in our town for hanging out and running around with the rough crowd. They were boozers and losers and low-class broads, but he saw good in them nobody else saw, and he brought it out. Then the rumors started flying that he was some kind of holy man. But we set him straight and told him to his face he was a crazy man. He wasn't like us, he wasn't cool. He just smiled even while we were being cruel. He stood out, he didn't fit in, but we kept throwing the stones. No, we didn't let up on him. He never said a mean word, no, he never even made a fuss. He wasn't like us. Well, I remember the day he got in trouble with the law. They cussed him and kicked him and mocked him and whipped him, then they nailed him to the cross. He wasn't like us, he didn't fit in, And I fell down on my knees and wept for him. He never said a mean word, no, he never even made a fuss. He never did nothing wrong, all he ever did was love. He wasn't like us. He wasn't like us. No, he wasn't like us.